Alright everybody, and welcome back to Quest for Glory 5 Dragonfire. When last we left off, we had done some more exploring around the town. We found the famous adventurer, the guy who taught us everything, and by everything I mean the zap spell, and he's really depressed. He did mention some water of the Hippocrene might make him feel a bit better though, and he mentioned the Hippocrene is near where the Pegasus is, and we need Pegasus feathers and dragon scales, but let's not mention that. I say, we make a little journey to find yonder Pegasus, and take some feathers and Hippocrene water, and all that good stuff. So, we're actually going to do a little bit of exploring of the world today, which I think will be a little bit, well, it'll be different. It'll be different from the things we've been doing in the last few videos, which is mostly just exploring the town. So let's head out yonder. Well, I probably could have teleported to the inn and it might have been a little faster, but whatever. Brevity. Who needs it? So this game uses a world map system a lot like Quest for Glory 3, but there's a lot less hot button or hot spot, whatever you want to call it, searching as there was in Quest for Glory 3, where you had to be in just the right area at the right time to trigger a random event. There's not really any of that in this game, with one exception, and we're actually going to go ahead and show you that in this video. So, we just head out of the city here, right past the gates, and we'll be on the world map. Which is this lovely little area here. Time passes really fast here. Well, Sarah's advertisement did mention that she lost her basket along the beach. So we can just wander the beach here, and oh look, there's her basket. Alright, well let's just run over and grab yonder basket. Right here. Alright, so we have ourselves a nice little basket. This simple reed basket looks old, but well cared for. I don't guess there's any enemies around here, which I can deal with. I can live with that. Please path correctly. I just want to leave. I don't want to look at these rocks no more. They're really not that interesting. So, I wish time didn't pass so fast, because I'd like to talk a little bit more what's on the map here. These little things here are cities, like little fishing towns. Not really anything interesting there, though. In fact, all the people have already fled. These are dragon pillars. You can go here for pretty much a guaranteed random encounter. But I didn't want to cast that. My hot buttons are off. Oh, Jesus, why? So these are Roman invaders, because that's what Romans look like. These are the Hesperian mercenaries that are invading. I don't know why they call them Roman. Maybe there's a reason for that. They don't look like Romans that I know of, but whatever. And as you can see, Frostbite just tears them a new one. They don't stand a chance against our Frostbite. And we got a little bit of money, so that's cool. I like having money. You just need to chill, man. Like I'm blowing some frostbite right onto his testicles or something. Which right about now I wouldn't mind so much in real life. It's hot here. But anyway, chilled testicles aside, there's no real reason to come to these dragon pillar areas other than if you just wanted to fight something and get that aggression out of your system. We can look at the pillars. This looks like a dragon carved on top of a marble pillar. There are some words inscribed at the base of the pillar. Can we read them? The inscription on the pillar says, "By the placing of this pillar, the binding of the Dragon of Doom begins." So as we saw in the intro video, these were actually used to seal away the dragon that was terrorizing the land. And if we detect magic, they're magical, which you probably already knew that. You can feel a strong, protective, and binding magic radiating from the dragon pillar. Let's move on with our lives. So, let's continue up northward here along this rather nice painted map. We're getting hungry. So, in this game, you don't automatically eat your food. You have to manually eat your food. So, we'll put our fruit down there. And we'll just tap our 8 key a couple times to eat some delicious fruit. The fruit is delicious, and you're no longer hungry. This is a dragon pillar as well. It just has a different icon on it, and there's no random encounter if you go here. But there's another dragon pillar here. Nothing really to see here. So, let's just continue on upward here, making our way up along the Isle of Marit. There's like a volcano in the middle here. Just shoot. Oops. There's some batters. Or baddies, as they call them. Be still, I'm trying to freeze you to death. You're like Watts with that freeze removal system. That's gross, I'm sorry. Okay, well now we're out of mana, and that's probably not good to be out of mana. Because I'm not so good at melee combat. And these guys are a pain in the butt to target. Freeze! Ah, they're dead. But there's no loot because they're bats. What do you expect them to be carrying? Treasure? I like how it plays our little heroic fanfare because we killed some bats. Nah, well. Take what you can get, I suppose. Okay, we're not fighting more of these guys. You guys just need to calm down. Get the hell out of here. We're not dealing with that shit anymore. Get out of here. Okay, so. What does this say? The main island of Marite is sandy shoreline circling rock. This main island of Marite is sandy shoreline circling rocky canyon land and an enormous cinder cone of Mount Draconis. Doesn't say anything about this little icon specifically. No, just no. That's really creepy looking. No. We're just gonna go here. So here we are in the middle of this little mountain canyonous area thing, and there's another little dragon pillar over here, which you guys can plainly see. And there's a bit of a little cliff over here, a little mountain thing. Well, not really a mountain, but you get the point. And Pegasus! Hello, Pegasus. You mind if we have some of your fellas? Unfortunately, there's no talk icon, and if we click on it, I think it just runs around like a moron. Yeah, so there's no real talking to Pegasus. Can't calm down, Pegasus, but we can see up here there's a little nest. This impressive nest rests on top of a platform formed by the treetop. And there's some white feathers have drifted onto a small pile. So I don't know if this works. I'm going to try this. I don't think I've ever tried this before, but we're going to see if this works. I said there was no use for the fetch spell, and that might very well be true. But let's see if this will do it for us. No. You can't quite see your target object from this distance, and you can't cast the spell, so that doesn't do anything. The only time fetch might possibly be useful, it's not. So, we're obviously going to need the levitate spell to get up here onto yonder cliffside. Hope I have enough mana for this and I don't fall and die. Actually, you know what? I have an idea. Forget that. There's also this river over here. The crystal clear stream meanders through the mountaintop plateau. The water looks cold and inviting. Well, let's have a little drink. It's been a long trip. You take a drink of the waters. You feel incredible joy and excitement as if you've been reborn. You feel like you can face any monster or challenge and be victorious. This is great. Well, this is the water hippocrene, or the hippocrene that the famous adventurer was telling us about. So let's go ahead and fill up a couple amphora with this wonderful water. You fill the amphora with water from this stream. And we're going to do it again. This is pretty good stuff. I think you can actually use it kind of like a stamina potion. Hippocrene water. The water of the hippocrene has an exciting smell to it. Reminds you a little of a sunny dawn after a winter's blizzard, when all the world glistens and sparkles with icy diamonds. It does sound rather pleasant, and especially cool. So, let's go ahead and levitate on up to yonder cliff here. Hopefully we don't run out of mana, because that would be bad. And I gotta figure out how to go up and down, because it's not doing it for me. Which is bad, and annoying, and makes it look really anticlimactic. I can't rebind my... Well, I can rebind my keys, but I'd have to redo it every single time I start the game up, because I have to erase all my data. Or rather, I have to erase my,
Really? Oh, there we go. Apparently you move up with the A key. Don't ask me why, you just do. Although you could levitate upwards to the level of the cliff path, you won't be able to move sideways to get onto the trail. Yeah, I seem to recall you being able to levitate up here, but I suppose not. Now I have to figure out how to get back down again before I die. Or I could die, and it'd be kind of amusing for you guys, I'm sure, to watch my many failures. Reminds me a little bit of playing Trapped, being hoisted by your own petard. I'm gonna fall a little bit.
Nope, we made it. Well, time to pop some more pills. I guess we can try to levitate up here. Maybe this place is a little bit flatter and a little bit easier for us to get up onto. You move to a reasonable location and levitate upwards and onto the narrow path. Alright, I know what we gotta do now. So, we just make our way around on this smaller cliffside here. Like so, and there's this obvious little branch here. This long piece of wood. Seems to be a tree root growing from the mesa top. Now, let's go ahead and hop onto it. You love this. You really love this. Isn't this what adventures are for? Well, grab onto it, man. Don't keep us waiting. Yeah. Alright. Now let's make our way up to the top of this yonder tree here. We got some feathers to collect and stuff to do. Can't be hanging around here all day. Alright, we grab an ample supply of feathers, then carefully put them away. You have as many feathers as your backpack can handle. As you can see, we have quite a few feathers now. I think we have 100 exactly. Yes, we have 100 feathers, and there's a reason for that. So, let's go ahead and use the Onda Mystic Magnet to travel back to the inn, and let's go ahead and sleep until the morning. Because there's nothing much we can do here at 1 in the morning. That's going to take us to around 7 or 6 on day 3. Alright, good and 7:30. Maybe Gnome Ann will actually serve us breakfast today, instead of being an a-hole about it, telling us we're fat. Even though we just met. Gnome Ann, how you doing? We're back to your land inn.
Aloha, boy. Oi, you're a sight for shore eyes since I landed here.
Kill me. So how you doing today?
It's funny, honey, how I'd love to be with you. I've got this sting for you.
You're terrible. You're worse than Punny Bones. Well, I'd like a meal if you don't mind. Ann motions for you to sit down at the table. She'll be right with you. She just disappears off into the background, and we sit and wait awkwardly with our hand on our dick. Yep, that's how it goes. That's how you get food around here.
We're having goulash. You don't want to know. You really don't want to know.
Apparently, I don't want to know. You eat it, and you've tasted worse. I hope there was nothing unsanitary in that goulash. Well, let's get the hell out of here. We got stuff to do today. We got things to do and people to see. We got feathers to bring to Saline. We got a basket to return. I already forgot about the basket. We got the basket. We got feathers. I think that was... Oh, yes, and the hippocrene water. Let's go ahead and put that in a slot as well. Get that all ready. Everything lined up and good to go. How much money we get? We got a little bit of money from the Romans. Okay, we got 76 gold now. It's good. We have some swords and shields to sell. We picked up 5 shields, apparently. We can sell those to Pholus and get a little bit of money out of them. Like I said, normally I'd make most of my money gambling, but I'm going to try to keep it a little bit more streamlined. How you doing, Thera?
Welcome, friend, to all Katas. May that pin be ever the sign of friendship between us.
I suppose so. Well, I got something for you. It's called a basket.
My basket, oh thank you. I had given up upon ever seeing it again. It was made by my grandmother, and it was given to me when I was still a kitten. I cannot thank you enough for this. Here is the reward of which I wrote in my notice at the Adventurers Guild.
She hands you a shell
I know
necklace.
it is not much of a reward, but it is a token of my eternal friendship. Thank you again.
No offense, Sarah, but your friendship's not worth a whole lot. Alright, well, we got this meager reward that we don't need, so let's go ahead and sell it to her. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna hold on to it. I'm gonna hold on to it, because I think something interesting might happen with it. Maybe. Alright, let's hop on into the bank right quick.
They still haven't got the guy that took our money. We may never get our cash back.
Well, it's a good thing I spent all my money. Sam, what you doing here? You can't even keep on to people's money? How are you doing today?
My bank is robbed and I have a headache. You expect me to have a good day?
Well, I'm cheerful. So, how are you doing?
I can't believe it. Guy just waltzed in here past the street guards who naturally didn't see a thing. What are we paying taxes for, blind men? Considering the odds that the guards will ever catch the guy, I'll be begging on the streets of Silmaria soon.
I'm sorry to hear that. So what do you know about the robbery? Maybe we can help out. We're a bona fide hero after all.
Last night, somewhere around dawn, a guy picks the lock on the door and breaks in. He figured out some way to disarm the trap on the safe and crack the safe that had a written guarantee which said it couldn't be pick-locked by thieves. The guy took everything, including the guarantee paper. Probably intends on collecting the money-back guarantee himself.
That's funny. Well, what do you know about the thief?
It looked like he was in a great hurry because he spilled some coins around and left things a mess. My luck to be robbed by a slob.
Ah, well, hard luck, man. Well, was there any evidence?
What am I, a detective? If you want to look around, be my guest. There is a reward for the capture of the robber. If you figure out who done it, make sure you get the money back. Lots of unhappy folks around here want their cash.
Alright, well, I'll do what I can, man. You have a good day.
If you see anything suspicious, let the guards know. We've got to get that guy.
Alright, well, there's this thing over here on the ground. An interesting toolkit. Let's pick it up. You pick up the interesting toolkit. This small box is filled with neatly organized lockpicks and tools. Well, I might not be a thief, but I recognize a thieves' toolkit when I see one. Just gotta figure out who it belongs to. And that's the kicker. So one funny thing, or one thing that I really like about the bank robbery thing, if you're not playing a thief, you get to work to solve a bank robbery. If you're playing a thief, you get to rob the bank, which I think is kind of cool. Anyways, let's turn in these feathers right quick, and then we'll make our way somewhere else in the town. We got some time to kill until noon anyway, when the Famous Adventurers opens. He likes to sleep late, you know. Can you blame him?
Good to see you again.
Good to see you too, man. I got some feathers for you. So we can actually sell them these feathers. We're going to sell them 99 exactly. Don't ask why. We're just going to sell them 99.
Hey, thanks! This will really help me keep the shop going so I can make some more good pills and potions.
Alright, so now he can actually create... I don't want to sell those. He can actually create stamina potions and health potions.
We'll do a deal some other time.
These things, and all that other good stuff.
We'll do.
So, we can actually buy all the potions now, but we don't have any money because we're broke. So anyway, we'll go ahead and leave these guys alone. Let them get to making potions and stuff with their newly acquired feathers. And let's go have a talk around town a little bit. We got this interesting toolkit we can show around to people. Maybe see if we can figure out what happened with the murders, with the robbery. Let's go on and see if our good pal Chakra knows anything about it. He's a powerful wizard. Not as powerful as us. Not that I'm biased, but still. How you doing this morning, Chakra?
Welcome again to the magic shop.
How you doing? Oh, we can teach him spells. That's cool. Well, let's talk to him a little bit. What do you know about magic?
The magic that you really need more than new spells is to make yourself a new magical staff. I will be happy to aid you in this, but first you must find some magical wood.
Well, we've had 2 staffs before, but they keep getting exploded or used to return people from their prisons. You know, hero stuff. Well, what can you tell me about some magical wood?
I do not know where you can find such a wonder as magical wood around here. I made my staff from the same wood as you did when you made your first staff. I too went to the heart of the world in Tarna. However, I am certain you will know magical wood when you find it.
Believe me, I know some magical wood when I see it, okay? So how have you been doing today?
I sense the magic is strong within you. You are a very powerful wizard now. If I can aid you in any way, please let me know.
Let's teach him some spells we know. We can teach him frostbite. Apparently he'll give us money for it.
I thank you for doing business with me.
There you go. And we'll also teach him how to cast the aura spell. There you go, Chakra. Ward off someone dead.
I thank you for doing business with me.
Alright, well, we're almost back to where we started money-wise. Not exactly what I'd call great progress, but anyway, you do what you can around here. So, Chakra, we found this interesting toolkit at the scene of a bank robbery. Maybe you could use some of that divination magic to tell us something about it.
This seems to be a set of tools related to lockpicking. You say that you found this at the bank. Perhaps you should show this to Erasmus. He may be able to tell you more than I. He has a few spells that let him judge the past of an object.
Alright, well, thanks for the help, man. And you have fun with that frostbite spell. It's a real zinger. Alright, let's get out of here. We gotta go visit Erasmus, apparently, if we want to learn anything about yonder toolkit. So, let's go visit Erasmus. I did mention in an earlier video that little gazebo actually has some magical qualities about it, and we're going to be activating those magical qualities here in a second, as soon as we get back over to it and not accidentally open the inventory and waste everybody's time. That's 5 seconds of your life you're never getting back. You're 5 seconds closer to the grave. How do you feel? I'm sorry. Anywho, let's pull out our trigger spell here, and let's set it on top of these feathers. We don't need those right now. So we know this is magical. There's some kind of teleportation magic attached to it, so whenever you see something magical, you gotta trigger it. Get out of my way. Get out of my face with that stuff. Let's trigger this gazebo here. You activate a teleport spell upon the magical portal. Whee! Whee! Now we're back in the whimsical realm of Erasmus. Isn't it whimsical looking? There's a giant ass face in the clouds. My, what big eyes you have. Oh. Let's go say hello
He
to it.
that wishes to pass through me first must answer questions 3. What is your name?
Why, I'm Slail.
What is your quest?
Well, I could make the perfect cup of tea, just like Dr. Cranium. But no, we're here to save Silmaria because we're heroes.
What is the meaning of life?
Okay, so this one actually has 2 correct answers. You can say to respect great wizards and fulfill their every desire, or you can say 42, which is a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy reference, and that is what we're gonna say.
You are correct. You may pass.
Yay! We step into the gaping maw of the Cloud Demon. We die. Well, Erasmus's house has gone through a couple renovations here. This strange place is obviously the house of your wizard friend Erasmus. He's even got a little miniature house when the big house gets boring. So let's go hop on over to yonder doorway here and have a look at yonder doorways. Well, we can't just open the door because it's Erasmus's house. We can try, though. Your hand seems to slide off the doorknobs. You cannot get a grip on them, nor do you leave any fingerprints. However, you soon get a little help from friends. Way to make me look like an asshole, game. I didn't think that would work. Okay, well, we're back in Erasmus's house now. So now we have to awkwardly float around his house like we're swimming in air. Whee! It's a rather fancy-looking place you got here, Erasmus, if a little bear. Maybe you need some furniture. He's got a popcorn machine, though. How you guys doing?
Timing. You are most welcome right now. Fenris and I have just finished a game of Wizard's World.
My condolences.
Erasmus was losing, so he blew up the game.
I just got a little over-enthusiastic, that's all. Now what can I do for you?
Hey, man, it happens to all of us. So how you doing, Erasmus?
You look a little distracted, as if you had something on your mind.
Contemplating a crime, eh?
Something like that. How's how you doing, Fenris?
Fenris can be rather irritating at times.
That's irritating. We rodents don't know when to quit.
All right, well, I've had enough of that. But while we're here, I guess we can go ahead and ask for a joke. Make them happy. They love telling jokes.
Let me tell this one. A man walked up to a healer. He has a cucumber up his nose, a carrot in his left ear, and a banana in his right ear. Healer, healer, what's the matter with me? He asked. You're not eating properly, replied the healer.
I actually kind of like that joke.
Off to another exciting adventure, no doubt. I went adventuring once. I had a lot of interesting experiences and learned a great deal. My advice to adventurers is this: never get your boots wet. They make nasty, squishy noises and they never quite fit right.
Yeah, thanks. So anyway, I came here about this toolkit. Chakra said you might be able to help us out in identifying the criminals. So, what can you tell me about it? No, I don't want to. Just show him the goddamn toolkit.
Where did you find this little kit?
You explained that you found it at the bank.
Well then, shall we see what we can learn from this?
I'd like that.
That's why he showed you that thing after all.
All right then. Tristle, drassle, trussle, tree. Show us what we learn from thee.
Pew!
This spell will show us something about the previous owner of this rather quaint toolbox.
Sort of a cheap peep on a creep?
More of a brief relief of a thief, I would say.
I see.
It seems to be an arm that keeps coming and going.
I gotta hand it to you. That's some clue. It's clearly the case of the purloining palm reader. He'll soon be under arrest.
Don't be
Jesus.
absurd. This clearly means something. I only wish I could help you more.
An arm that keeps coming and going. That is a pretty odd, little clue there. What can you tell me about the clue?
Be careful. Sounds like a risky business.
After all, forewarned is forearmed.
But I
Jesus.
thought four-armed was half an octopus.
Christ. Well, there was a crime they robbed a bank.
Crime doesn't pay. Enough. Wait till that handsome felon meets up with the long arm of the law.
Well, I've had it.
Be seeing you.
We'll just have to figure it out on our own then. Let's go ahead and teleport back to Yonda Inn. And get the hell on out of here. So, by the time we get to the famous adventurers, he's probably going to be open for today. But we can kill just a little bit more time, too, because we don't have a whole lot to do today. We might go watch the arena battles, too. That could be some fun. You guys might enjoy it and everything. You might have a dandy old time. Then again, you might not. I don't know. We're going to hop on over to the Adventurers Guild, though, because every day someone new is there. We get to meet some of our competitors in the in the rights of rulership. Who's this character? Elsa von Spielberg has changed since you last said farewell. Then she was wearing a dress in her father's castle. Of course, when you first met her, she was the enchanted leader of the brigands. She's always been an impressive person. How you doing, Toro?
Hero man! Elsa here! Elsa, Hero man here!
It is good to see you again. I assume you are here to be my rival in the rights of rulership. We seem to have the bad habit of working against one another each time we meet.
Yeah, I suppose we do. So how you doing, Toro?
Happy see you.
I love Toro. He's so nice. You feeling all right, buddy?
Okay, happy Elsa here.
I see. How's Elsa doing?
Elsa, best person, friend.
See, he's so nice. Don't you just want to hug him?
Sad
Later.
see go.
I'll be here for a couple more minutes. So how you doing, Elsa? It's been a while since we talked.
I look forward to competing against you for the rulership of Silmaria. You will be a formidable opponent, and I shall have to strive fully to win.
Indeed. So you've been doing all right since the whole ordeal with the brigands?
I am impatient for the rights of rulership to begin. I do not like to be idle. As soon as you enter the rights, we shall see which of us will rule Silmaria. I shall enjoy your competition.
I'm not really sure what habit's supposed to be about. I'm sure that means something, so let's just ask about it.
As you recall, I was the brigand leader you were seeking to destroy in Spielberg. Fortunately, you removed the curse upon me before we came to sword blows. I am an excellent swordsman, you know.
So I hear. So how is old Spielberg?
My brother is now the Baron of Spielberg after my father retired. Barnard and I do not agree on many things. He does not approve of my behavior. Thus I sought any chance to get away from my homeland in Barnard.
I can't blame you there. He was kind of a pompous ass. So, how's your swordsmanship?
I did not become brigand leader by my good looks. The brigands respected only the force of the blade. Therefore, I became very good with my sword and dagger.
I see. So what do you know about the rights of rulership?
I was invited here by Minos, one of the counselors to the assassinated king. He heard of my reputation as hero and wished me to enter the rights. He believes I will make an excellent ruler of Silmaria.
I see. So Minos is the person that you came here with, then? I mean, Toro mentioned a little bit about her coming here with somebody he didn't particularly care for. Who's this Minos character?
Minos is a wealthy man, and his ancestors once ruled this island. He says that he is content to advise the ruler of Silmaria. I am staying with him at his palace on an island some miles from here.
I see. So how's Toro been? I mean, he changed fur colors, so I guess something interesting's been happening with him.
Toro continues to be my loyal companion. However, he seems to have found this job as guildmaster to his liking. I do not see him as much as I would prefer.
Miss Elsa, too.
Still, Toro, I am happy you have found a life of your own.
Oh, that's nice. Alright, well, you guys take care. We got a famous adventurer to see.
We shall see each other soon, I believe.
Indeed, indeed. Let's get the hell out of here. So yeah, there's a couple other people that I think will show up in the Adventurers Guild before the rites begin. And I'll try to introduce you to all the competitors for the crown. Because we do want to meet them, after all. Don't just want to stumble into it blindly. Oh yes, we have stuff to sell to Pholus as well. Let's go ahead and sell these swords. See if we can get them to 30. Will you do me 30?
You think I'm made of money?
Well, I was hoping.
Hey, I won't pay. This is my final offer.
Damn, we suck at this.
We got a deal.
So since they got rid of communication in this game, I believe there's another formula they use
Think I'm made of money.
to determine how much you can negotiate with people. I think it's based off your honor. Alright, so we got
a deal.
we've actually almost got enough to enter the rights of rulership. Funny enough.
Nice deal.
But we're not going to do that just yet. There's a couple more things I want to do before we actually get involved with the rights of rulership. So, let's head on into the famous adventurer's correspondence school and give him the Hippocrene water. Here you go, buddy.
You've got it. I'd know its smell anywhere. It's got the scent of the sweat of the wild bull you're riding, the chill of a starlit night on the top of a mountain peak, the perfume of a lover's lips. How could I ever forget this? It's the drink that makes men become gods. It's adventure and glory and life. It's what you're here for, isn't it? It's why I was here for so long, I just didn't realize it.
I see. So how have you been?
Ask me that question again when I've had my quaff of this stuff. I've been dead for so long here, and I didn't even know it. This will bring me back to life again.
I see. Well, let's ask about the Hippocrene water.
You tasted it, didn't you? You couldn't help but drink deep the waters of the Hippocrene. It's the milk of Mother Nature, the liquor of inspiration, the very spirit of adventure.
Alright, well you have fun with that.
Come back here after I've had the chance to enjoy this. I'll try to find something you'd be interested in.
Alright, so basically that means walk out of the room and come back in game terms. And we're gonna do that. Let's just leave the room and come right back in. He was excited, he just, downed the whole bottle.
Welcome back, lad. I wanted to really thank you in return for shaking the cobwebs from my head and dusting me off with the Hippocrene water. You know, there's not much I can give you in return for the Hippocrene water. I never was much into that magic stuff. I did meet a dying leopard man while traveling through the jungles of Tana once. He had a magical scroll on him. Said it was the worst magic there was. Destroys everything for miles, including the magic user. The old guy never had the nerve to try the spell, so he gave it to me. It's not much of a gift. Sometimes, though, a last resort is all that is left. Sure hope you never have to use it.
So he just gave us the thermonuclear blast spell. Yes, really. Where is it? Oh yeah, it's still a scroll. We gotta read it first. I just did too much stuff at once. So, the thermonuclear scroll. This scroll was written on the hide of a long-dead animal. It has the words thermonuclear blast written upon it in magical notation. Let's read it. The words of the spell burn themselves into your brain as the scroll crumbles to dust. So we now have the thermonuclear blast spell. This spell should only be used when there is no hope. Apparently there's a spell skill attached to the thermonuclear blast spell, so I don't know how you would possibly level this spell up, but whatever. So, this spell does pretty much what you described. It destroys everything within a 10-mile radius of the user. Not exactly my idea of a good time, but if you absolutely need to take your enemies with you, it'll do. Let's just hope we never have to cast it for anything. Put your hands down, hero. This is no time for that stretching business. How you feeling today?
It's a gorgeous morning today, isn't it?
It's afternoon,
Makes
actually.
me want to run outside and dive off the dock, swim to who knows where. It's that kind of a day.
Well, glad to hear you're feeling better. You feeling better?
I am alive again. I feel like I've just wakened from a long sleep. I've got some books to write and stories to tell, and then I'm off to find some new adventures and new tales. Life's too short not to enjoy it fully.
Well, you never did tell us your name.
You want to know my real name? Which one do you want to know? My name is Davy Jones when I sail upon the sea. I've chorused with the sirens as they sang their songs to me. I've supped on Circe's island, though she thought I was a bore. And she's the only girl I hope to never see once more.
Yeah, you come back every once in a while and he'll have a new name to tell you. So, what do you know about Pegasus? Seem to just be flying around, not doing much.
It's beautiful, isn't it? There's only one in all the world. Kinda sad thinking of it all alone like that. Everyone needs a lover sometime.
I suppose. Well, you have a good day, man. I'm sure we'll visit you later.
Farewell, and enjoy every moment of your adventure. Even the worst is better than being dead.
Can't argue with that. So, we have to kill some time today. A little bit, anyway. Let's go ahead and see what's outside of this northern gate here, because I don't think we've been out of here just yet. Yeah, let's go ahead and look around. I thought about it for a minute, and I was about to change my mind, but no. We're gonna go look around out here. It seems to be the coast of the town here. I got this little island over here. The strange towers and devices on this artificial island are definitely odd by anyone's standards. This must be the fabled Science Island. Indeed it is, indeed it is. Well, we probably need to have some business with the scientists here, and we were friendly with Dr. Cranium. I wonder what he's doing with Frankie these days. I don't even want to know, really. Well, there's a notice board here. Let's have a look at it. Welcome to Science Island. To activate the cable car, release the gears on the windmill, release the brake, set the brake as the gondola arrives, enter the gondola, and release the brake again. Seems simple enough. So the first thing we had to do was turn on the windmill. You pull the lever to re-engage the gears of the windmill. Well, that was pretty easy. Just need to disengage the brake over here. Let's examine the lever. The lever looks like it affects the machinery leading from the control box below and out to the overhanging pole. You assess that it probably switches something in some way. Well, let's pull on it. The lever doesn't want to move. Let's push on it. The lever seems to be stuck firmly in place. Now listen here, I've been to the Simbani. I did the 24-hour Simbani workout. We're gonna force this here lever. Oops. With a surge of strength, you force the lever to move. Unfortunately, you feel a snap and the lever flips out of your hands. Well, that's not good when that happens. Well, now we don't have a lever to activate the brake, and the game's unwinnable. I'm kidding, of course. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna make a save right quick, because there's one really funny death, though, that I want to show you guys real quick. It's one of my favorite ones, just because you have to purposely go out of your way to do this. But it's fun. It makes me chuckle on the inside. So we're going to equip our levitate spell here, and we're going to go stand right underneath the windmill. And I think you already know where this is going. Just going to levitate up a little bit more, get a closer look, and oh god! Brutal. The windmill spins, and you levitated, and thus you were decapitated. You showed the expression, as only you can, just what happens when the twit hits the fan. Thank you. Thank you for that. Anyways, I didn't want to restore that far back. Let's load our save game here. This game does have an auto-save feature, if you haven't noticed. Whenever you die, you can come back to when you last entered the screen. It helps you out a little bit. They started doing stuff like that in their later games. Sierra in general, not just the Quest for Glory games. Which is kind of a convenience feature, and I approve of it. Funny enough, as simplified as the interface in this game is with just the two icons, it's actually more complicated than some of their later stuff, like King's Quest 7, sorry, and Phantasmagoria. They both only used a single cursor, so you really didn't have a lot of options in those games. Let's go over here to Folus right quick, and we're going to purchase something. We need to purchase a spear. A single throwing spear should do. Let's go ahead and buy one.
It's worth a lot more.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
And this is my final offer.
Well, we got under 21 at least. So I guess that'll have to do.
We got a deal.
21 for the spear. And we're good to go. It's still only 1 o'clock, so still fairly early in the day. Let's go ahead and put this in our inventory like here. And I believe we can actually equip these like a weapon. So yeah, that's cool. We don't need to use no throwing spear though. We got other uses for this in mind. So let's head on back to where we broke that lever off. Maybe we can actually wedge the spear down there and use that as a makeshift lever. It's worth a shot anyway. I remember when I could just solve everything with magic. We didn't have to worry about this puzzle solving and spear jamming and stuff like that. Things were simpler back then. Well, let's see if we can wedge this spear in here. There's a slight jerk as the spear sets into place. It seems to fit perfectly. And let's give it a pull. You have no problem adjusting this brake lever. Alright, well that did something. Oh, now the gondola's moving. That's not really the description I wanted, but whatever. So what you have to do is you have to be ready to flip this back whenever the gondola gets close. I think we can still jump on it from there. So let's hop on under the gondola. Alright, now we need to activate this switch again. Well, fortunately, as a powerful wizard, we have a great way to do that in the form of the Force Bolt. So let's equip our Force Bolt here and just toss this over yonder. Shabams! There we go. Alright, and we can chase after our Force Bolts too if we really want to. We can get all fancy. Throw Force Bolts at Science Island, probably destroy some expensive equipment in the process. It'll be great. Alright, so we're now on Science Island, the home of science. What do we got here? It looks like an enormous gear. What do we have over here? This seems to be some sort of display. Screens for information about a science quiz. I'm terrible at reading these. Why do you guys listen to me? I don't know. You guys can read better than that. I don't know. Well, let's try to open yonder gear here. You cannot physically move the gear out of your way, and you cannot enter the building while it remains in place. Well, that sounds like a job for the open spell, that's all I'm saying. I'm pretty sure this won't work, but we're gonna try it. That spell does not work on this. Alright, well, let's use the little computer screen. The Science Academy Quiz. Welcome to the Academy of Science. You too can have a career as a successful research assistant for a brilliant scientist. Please take the simple science quiz. To enter, do serious research. Let's take the test. What is the purpose of science? To explore new worlds and new civilizations. To discover the true meaning of life, the universe, and everything. To find out what dimension the missing socks go when they're washed. True enough, true enough. To provide telepathic communication to ants. Well, I'm going to say number 2, to discover the true meaning of life, the universe, and everything. Correct? A true scientist would be willing to hitchhike to the end of the galaxy for answers. Another reference there. There's quite a few of those on Science Island, actually. What is the goal of the true scientist? To get a tenure at a major university and be set for life? To impress babes with your towering intellect? To plot to take over the world? Or D, all the above? Well, all those sound pretty good to me, so let's say all the above. Correct? A scientist has a diverse portfolio of desires and goals. What does every scientist need? To be able to spell Beetlejuice. To be able to tell the difference between a hawk and a axe and a handsaw. A diploma from the Academy of Science in Somaria. A perpetual motion machine. Well, I'm going to say a diploma from the Academy of Science in Somaria. Correct? You are definitely a degree above the ordinary. What is a quark? A bartender on a space station? A measure of weight? A particle of an atom? Or all the above? I believe the correct answer is all the above. Correct. A true scientist looks for all the answers. And I think we have one more. Why is science essential? Without science, the world would be destroyed by ignorance and superstition. It keeps scientists employed. Were it not for science, gravity wouldn't exist, and everyone would fly around everywhere. All the above. I believe it's 1. It might be all the above, but I believe it's the first one. So let's say the first one. Correct. The shining beacon of science shall shatter the darkness of superstition. The movement of the giant gear now reveals an open door into the Science Academy. Congratulations, you are unable to try to be a scientist, you lucky devil, you. Alright, let's head on in here and see what's going on. There's a giant chart on the wall. Is this a pie chart or a pizza? It could be a pizza pie chart. The artichoke and anchovy pizza. We have crunchy crust, tomato sauce, interesting anchovies, smooth artichokes, and melted cheese. An anchovy and artichoke pizza, the ultimate combination of ingredients. I beg to differ, my friend. I beg to differ. Well, there's a lot of fascinating stuff going on in here. This distinguished scientist seems to be pleasant and reasonable and eccentric. Let's say hello to him.
Greetings.
You must be looking for a successful career as a lab assistant for extremely important scientists. You come at a good time. All you need to do is pass the final test on the screen over there. Then you can start your training. I am Dr. Pretorius. I shall be your mentor and advisor. Gort, over there, is my senior lab assistant. We'll make a true scientist out of you.
Gort, huh? That's interesting. So this Tom Baker-looking fellow is one of the scientists here on Science Island. Let's say hello to Dr. Pretorius.
You mean you are not here to become a famous scientist? I'm afraid I'm very busy right now and have no time for salesmen, reporters, adventurers, or other riffraff.
Now, hold on, I'm pretty handy, okay? Tell me about yourself.
I am head scientist and instructor at the Academy of Sciences here in Silmaria. Most of the scientists are on sabbatical right now. There was a little disagreement about one of the experiments. However, we are fully operational as an educational facility.
I see. I don't even know if I want to know. So you got a big chart about pizza on the wall over there.
You are wise to ask that. Pizza is the essence of scientific principles. A well-designed pizza is like a well-designed experiment, balanced and planned in every aspect. The crust must be crisp and to the point, like the hypothesis one seeks to prove by experimentation. The sauce must be the careful combination of the various substances distilled to their essence, like the exploration of a hypothesis of the experimentation. The cheese must be binding, like the culmination of the exploration of a hypothesis of the experimentation. The anchovies and artichokes, which are necessary for the truly well-designed pizza, are there because they happen to be my favorite pizza toppings.
At least you're honest, I suppose. So, who's this Gort fellow?
Other than a slight speech impairment, Gort is the perfect example of the self-made man.
So to speak.
He is the very model of the Aristotelian ideal. Just look at that splendid cranium capacity. You will not find a finer specimen anywhere.
If you say so, friend, if you say so. Well, we can't really look around all that much. He'll yell at us if we try anything.
Please do not touch the equipment. It is delicate and should not be touched by anyone other than a true scientist.
Alright, well, he won't let us do a whole lot. Up here, there's this Gort fellow. This tall man is strangely proportioned and has an odd complexion. Well, keep him in mind. He's actually, it's not really a spoiler to say. He's one of our competitors in the Rights of Rulership. So the Science Island people have their own little dude in the running to be king here. And Elsa's going to be there. And Magnum Opus is apparently going to be there. So we've pretty much met all of our competitors except for one. So anyway, let's go ahead. We have like a couple more things I want to do in this video while we still have some time. Well, we're still on the lookout for yonder thief whose arm keeps coming and going. We have an arena battle to watch later tonight, if we have the time. And, yeah, we just need to be on the lookout to make a little bit more money to be able to enter the Rights of Rulership, so all in all, not bad. Now, the arena fights don't actually start until around, I believe, 6. So let's go ahead and kill a little bit of time. Yeah, this at 1 minute per second, we should be able to... Actually, you know what? Let's go buy the dead parrot first. We have some more money to invest, so we can probably do some gambling and make a little bit more money that way. I believe tonight is Elsa's fight, and that's pretty much a guaranteed win, but we can also bet on Toro, and we can also pay to enter the arena ourselves. Let's do that. Let's hop on over here, and... Oh, is this dude? Where are you going? The one-armed man seems to be leaving the inn right now. The one-armed man, huh? Is that like an arm coming and going? You know, just to be sure, maybe we should follow this guy. It's probably nothing. He's probably just some one-armed guy going home. He's making his way. The one-armed man is heading for the west side of town. Where do you suppose he's going? Well, we're gonna find out. Maybe he's a resident at No Man's Land Inn. That'd be kind of awkward, following him there. Look at those snazzy orange pants. That man right there has some great fashion sense, let me tell you. You know, I feel kind of bad staking this guy out. He's probably just, you know, going for a little walk in the evening, you know, walking off the booze. Going for a little stroll here, you know, his evening constitutional. Gotta walk, though. It's good for you. It's healthy for you. Body don't like being sedentary, you know what I'm saying? What you going down there, man? You gonna go pee in the stream? Is that what you're gonna do? Okay, well, whatever gets you off, I suppose. Hey, excuse me? You watch the one-armed man walk down under the bridge and open the concealed door at the bottom. Well, that's not normal. We clearly need to investigate this door at the bottom of the tower here. So let's go ahead and make another save here, just in case. And let's go examine this yonder wall over here. Let's examine the hidden door. Close inspection of this wall shows you the outline of a hidden door and a small area for a lock. Behind the lock, you see the mechanism for a trap. This could be tricky. Well, clearly, we want to keep a good distance, and we want to use our yonder open spell on it. Something prevents your spell from working on this concealed door. Can you think of anything else we could do besides casting a spell? Well, we could try our trigger spell. The spell sets off the magical trap on the door. Fortunately, you're not harmed by it. Alright, we got rid of that trap. We might be strong enough to bash the door down. You just weren't designed to be a brute force fighter type. This time, try some other magic. Let's try our open spell now. Your spell opens the concealed door. And we hop on inside. Now, this don't look like a place we're supposed to be.
Hey, what are you doing here? This place is not for the likes of you. Get out!
Hey, man. How you doing? We're just here to ask you some questions, that's all.
You ain't got no right to be here, and I'll not be welcoming you. Go on with you out of here.
Well, we already know his name. His name's Orestes. He told us last night at the inn. You know, I think you had something to do with this bank robbery, man.
What are you trying to say? Why should I be knowing anything about the bank robbery? There's none that ever saw me near the bank.
Oh, well, we have some proof. In the form of Erasmus's word and a toolbox.
Proof? What sort of proof ye be talking about? Ye ain't got nothing to pin on me.
Well, we found your thief tools.
You found a tool and you think it's mine? You still got no proof. I happens to sell such tools here. Anyone could have owned it.
But Erasmus said it was you.
Magic? You mean that pull a rabbit out of a hat, pick a card sort of ruck? Who do you get to do your spells? A gnome? They're tricksy sorts, and no one trusts them.
I mean, I'll agree with you on that. Well, we went to Erasmus, and he said something about an arm coming and going, and I got nothing.
That crazy wizard with a talking rat. I saw him come to town after the king got offed. He just appeared right in the middle of the Hall of Kings. He's the real thing. I'm not messing with magic. I've no desire to be a toad the rest of my life. A toad with no arm might have a bit of trouble hopping, or so I thinks. I'll go quietly with you, but I still be walking on me own legs.
Well, I'm glad it didn't come to a fight. You lead the thief to the guard post above, and the guards place him under arrest. You are soon summoned to the Hall of Kings. After explaining the situation to the guards, you are sent to the bank the next morning. Nah, it skipped time for us. That sucks.
We got our money back. The thief still had all the cash, hadn't spent a drachma. Guess I don't need to polish the old begging bowl just yet.
Well, I suppose not, man. So you feeling better now? Got everything set up for you?
Hi there. Heard you helped catch the crook that robbed the bank. Good job. The reward money has been automatically deposited to your savings account. You are getting quite a sum in there.
Yeah, just trying to lose it this time. So, you feeling better now?
Now that the money is back and I can collect on the guarantee for the safe, things are going my way again. I may even be able to buy a better safe.
So what's this reward you were talking about?
Yeah, I already put the 2,000 drachmas into your account just so you know it will be safe. Good job on getting that robber, the scum.
I'm glad everything worked out for you. So we actually have quite a bit of money now. We have almost 3 grand.
Is a drachma earned.
So we can actually go ahead and enter the rights of rulership. And we'll probably do that in the next video. There's one more thing I want to check on in this video, and we'll probably call it after that. I did want to watch an arena fight, but I guess we won't be doing that now. Well, now as in right this moment. We'll probably do an arena fight or two before we enter the rights of rulership. I will say, though, if you're playing this game for the first time, you probably want to do all the arena stuff before you begin the rights of rulership. Otherwise, you can run into some problems with the timing and stuff. Let's see. You see that the one-armed bank robber has been placed in this jail. Let's say hello to him. Hello, how you feeling?
Come to gloat? You got me fair and square.
Yeah, fair enough. How's the prison?
Ain't as bad as it could be. Ain't starving.
That's good. So, how'd the bank robbery go?
They got back all the money, so they let me off cheap. I'm in for 20. Might even live that long if I'm lucky.
You're rather chipper about it. Well, let's tell him about the arrest.
Okay, no hard feelings. You did your job, matey.
Indeed. So what made you want to commit the crime anyway?
It's a living. Better than starving. Didn't want to be a thief, but there ain't no work for a one-armed sailor, you know.
I suppose not. So what happened to your arm, if you don't mind me asking?
Lost it when some rigging on the sails got tangled in a storm. I was getting it loose when the wind shifted. I was knocked aft and my arm was smashed. Like to die I was, trying to get the money to get a new arm. Reckon I'll never get one now.
Oh, that's unfortunate, man. Now, you take care of yourselves now.
Yeah, bye. Seems like my worst enemy's my only friend right now.
Yeah, well, I do feel kind of bad for him. He's, you know what, honestly, not that bad of a guy. A thief, but, you know, not that bad. Maybe we can get a little bit of help for him. I know, Julinar's a wonderful healer. So this is kind of an unusual thing for me, because I'm usually a bit more on point with this kind of stuff. So I spent the last hour or so trying to find out if it was just me making a little mistake here, and I guess I was. Okay, apparently you have to be a paladin in order to help arrestees. As a paladin, you can tell Julinar about his broken arm, and she can, well, not broken arm, missing arm. And she can actually help him out a little bit, you know, try to get him some work and heal him up a little bit. Apparently, if you're a wizard, you're just an asshole, and you don't care about people, even though you're a hero anyway. I don't know, maybe I am making a mistake. If you know more about the game than I do, which I thought I knew quite a bit about this game, but apparently not. Apparently you just can't help arrestees if you're not a paladin. So, yeah. They still put him here, though. So anyway, this was supposed to be like an interesting ending to the video, but I guess not. Sorry about the little bit of the extra time I wasted in the end of the video here. But yeah, I suppose we can't help arrestees, so, well, tough luck. Have fun in prison, arrestees. I guess we can't help you, because we're not a paladin. For some reason, that makes a difference. Anyway, as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video when we'll probably enter the rights of rulership. More than likely, but you never know. Maybe I'll find some other stuff to do, but we'll probably enter the rights of rulership next video. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves, guys.